The wonderful Mr. Pong. Here we are with the tail of the tape. Sorn Tanong in the red, age 14 years of age, 163 centimetres tall, with an official weight of 100.6 pounds, with 70 fights to his name. Jame in the blue, 15 years elder, 165 centimetres tall, so about 2 centimetres taller than Sorn Tanong, with an official weight of 100.6 pounds and 40 bouts, coming off a recent win right here at Omnoi Stadium. So they'll be looking to prove themselves against each other and also continue their winning streaks.
Okay, here we are, folks. We are in for round number 1, scheduled for 3 minutes. In the blue, we have James Sacked. In the red, we have Sorn Tanong. James Sacked starting off very early with the leg kicks, going to the calf and now going upstairs to the shoulder as well. We know in these first rounds, Joe, that it tends to be a little bit more patient, but like you've just mentioned, it looks like both fighters are really going to go for it as early as they possibly can.
Love that beautiful side movement there from Sorn Tanong just before slapping the lead hand down and then moving to the right to try and set up the kick. I love when fighters utilize lateral movement, not just standing 50-50 in front of each other. It's a very cerebral strategy there, James.
Yeah, we've got a classic matchup of a southpaw against an orthodox. My favorite types of fights, because it is a battle of the footwork. Which fighter can dominate the outside lead leg of their opponent to send that power kick or that power backhand as well. So look for the footwork of both of these fighters. They're trying to get their front foot, their lead leg, on the outside of their opponents before they deliver a powerful kick or punch. A nice right hand down the middle, just as we said it from James Sacked.
And as you were talking about before, you know, it'll be a battle of who's got the better conditioning, but also who's got the most experience in the frontal cortex of the cerebral experience.
That is right, Judd. It's a battle of the cerebral at this moment in time, and someone with the name James definitely has a good cerebral cortex. Both fighters holding central ring, and a nice high kick landed by James Sacked. A very active first round. Neither fighter going for the downloading information technique, as you like to mention, Joe. They're going straight into the action and just forcing their opponent to show their hand early.
Goes low, goes high, catches the kick there, returns the favour from Sorn Tanong as James Sacked tries to reply with the right hand. Little less aggression than I'd like from James Sacked, considering he's a Muay Buok fighter, a pressure fighter. I would have thought that, you know, he would have been in turbo mode from the go, because fighters like Muay Buok fighters tend to be all gas but no brakes from the start, going pedal to metal, but he's playing very conservatively at this point. So I'm tripping over my words as I watch this exciting fight.
Absolutely, and we would like to see James maybe step it up with those leg kicks like he started in the first half of the round, going to the body and, like you said, trying to slow his opponent down whilst he can. In the first rounds, most people are taking time off, so why not execute and really push the pace as early as you possibly can. That is the end of round 1, a very close round as well. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be coming back for another round in just a moment.
What'd you take away from that round, Jimothy?
It was very action-packed, as you mentioned, very close, very hard to tell who was winning, who had the upper hand, and that is what we like to see. No time off. This is the second round of the first fight. Thank you for joining us, folks, from around the world on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. In the blue corner, we have James Sacked, and in the red corner, Sorn Tanong. Both fighters coming off a recent win. James Sacked has already been in this arena. A great start by both of these fighters.
And make sure to stay tuned for bout number 2 coming up soon. 104 pounds, Yum Yut taking on Big Boss. So that's one not to be missed.
Both fighters holding central ring, and both fighters really exchanging kicks after kicks. Neither fighter really executing their jabs at the moment, just going for it. And Sorn Tanong with a beautifully timed low kick that sends James Sacked off balance.
As you know, Jimmy, this is shaping up to be a beautiful kick battle, and I love a good kick and knee battle, but this is a really good showcase of fundamental Muay Thai. Just kick for kick, and as soon as your opponent kicks, this is what they teach you in fundamental Muay Thai. As soon as your opponent kicks, you've got to kick back straight away, and this is what we're witnessing right here. Kick for kick, reply and return the favor. These boys have it all.
Sorn Tanong doing a great job now of throwing that right hook upstairs almost as a jab and a rangefinder, and then he sends that big left kick down the middle and to the body. So what he's doing is he's stepping around with that lead right hook, and it allows him to get leverage when he throws that left kick to the body. Beautifully timed, but Jim Sack returns with a nice right hand down the middle. A great entertaining fight so far.
Oh, beautiful utilization of the rear southpaw kick there from Sorn Tanong, sitting on that back foot, displaying beautiful balance, which is one of those primary criterias in 5-round Muay Thai scoring. People often don't think about it. They think it's just about the offense, but it's about effective damage, balance, the whole picture. Aesthetically pleasing Muay Thai, and that's what we're seeing right now. Beautiful display of balance, like that last kick from Sorn Tanong, and then putting the leg on the inside of the thigh of Jame to block him. Just the highest IQ of somebody who is only 15. That's how you play this game. It's not just a sport, but it's like a chess match. Beautiful reply there from Jame there with that hopping in skip knee.
Both fighters doing a great job right now holding central ring. A very interesting fight so far. Very close matchup. Something we're very, very familiar with on SKS Empire. Both fighters tick for tack, kicking after kicking, and Jim Sack once again finds a right kick, and as we said it, Sorn Tanong sends that left hand down the middle. Both fighters reading each other well. Both fighters are really giving it their all. We're going into a third round. And they're only 14 and 15 years of age. That is just a real testament to their potential in this sport.
Is that why you try to mirror a lot of my commentary? So here we are for round number 3, starting off with a kick battle and straight into the clinch. And that's what we tend to expect in 5-round Muay Thai. Straight into the clinch to pick up the pace for the punters right here at Omnoi Stadium. That's what they love to see. That's what we love to see. Knee for knee.
Thank you for joining us, folks. We've got Sorn Tanong in the red, Jim Sack in the blue. It's been an even affair so far. Both fighters holding central ring in the clinch, and it's getting the crowd excited. The referee's going to pry them apart and bring them back into central ring. Just a fantastic pace so far as both fighters once again in the clinch.
And this is where Jame Sack wants to be. You could see a moment ago just marching forward relentlessly, putting on the pressure now, trying to get Sorn Tanong against the ropes where he wants him. That's that Muay Buok style that I'm talking about. Fairly conservative in round number 1 and 2, but really trying to push the pedal to the metal here in round 3. But Sorn Tanong just shutting him down with some of these nullification techniques, like the inside thigh knee block, the cross block with the hip turned over. Beautiful work there from such a young fighter.
And you can see Jim Sack's corner is telling him to just keep moving forward, keep doing what he's doing, keep putting the pressure on Sorn Tanong. When Sorn Tanong isn't in the clinch, he was having a lot of success dancing around, flicking that kick out, flicking that hook out. But it looks like Jim Sack has found his timing as well.
But that's what you have to do against these cerebral fighters, these strategists, the technicians. You have to shut them down. You have to move at such a rapid pace to shut any sort of movement from them and smother them.
Yeah, you've got to stop it and you've got to put it in their tracks. I mean, the way to beat a skillful fighter is smother them. Don't give them a chance to breathe. Don't give them a chance to think. And that's exactly what Jim Sack is doing. He's just marching forward, but he's a tactical mover. He's not just marching forward and letting himself get hit. He is tactically moving forward. Beautiful stuff as the referee pries him apart once again. Less than a minute to go of round number 3.
You've almost got to be like a helicopter parent at a kindergarten, just forever in their face, over them, and just smothering them with cotton wool. But that's what he's doing right at this moment, not giving him space to breathe, no freedom.
I know that feeling, Joe, especially in the commentary booth with you. Both fighters just are on the ropes, and we just missed a spinning back fist attempted by Sorn Tanong. Jim Sack's going to end out the round, but he eats a huge left hand in the process. The referee quick to break them up, and that is the end of round number 3. We are going into a 4th. What a fight.
locked front leg with a little tap, or move to the side and kick. Really, that's all you really need to do with some of these forward pressure fighters. Utilize the teep as well. Sit on that back foot effectively and read the forward movement. But there you can see in the fourth round that we're coming into right now, Jamesuck mitigates that. He already can see the strategy of Sorn, skips in to the clinch. All right, that's to go in for rapid movement to shut down any lateral movement by Sorn.
A great observation, Joe, and very interesting to see, and I think that's exactly what Jim Sacked is very aware of. It's some of that situation where it's like, I know that you know that he knows that I know, so you kind of work against them, you use it against them. Both fighters just thinking on the highest level as they get involved in the clinch right now, and Jim Sack sends some beautiful knees to the rib cage and the solar plexus of his opponent.
And I know that you know that I know what they're doing, and James Sack moves in rapidly again to try and shut down Sorn. But Sorn doing a good job and taking him to the ground. But James Sack fantastically lands on top, turns at the last minute, turn of the tables like a DJ.
A fantastic right hand, as you said it. Jim Sack landed a clean Rocky Marciano style right hand straight to the chin of Sorn, but Sorn is still standing. A beautiful shot landed as we're halfway through round number 4 already, and he sends a knee to Sorn as well.
Could James Sack be the new Sexan? The man who yields for no one, moving forward with immense pressure, locking onto the bicep, pushing the palm over, and taking the back of Sorn. What a move! Sorn wrapped up like spaghetti.
Wrapped up in spaghetti. I love the analogy, Joe. And fantastically done by Jim Sachs. He is not giving Sorn an inch of time to think or move. And that is a compliment to Sorn because he understands that Sorn can maybe outthink Jim Sachs. But Jim Sachs keeps the pressure on. He stares in your face. He smothers you. And that is the best thing to do against an IQ fighter. Smother them as much as you possibly can. Just a fantastic work rate from Jim Sachs. Can he keep this up in the 5th round?
And it just shows the amount of experience and IQ from James Sack as well in some of those last exchanges, but also taking the back. Whilst it doesn't necessarily score on the scorecards, to secondary criteria and shows dominance over opponent. But here in side control, pushing the palm over to smother his opponent and just breaking the posture. What a move by the young James Sack. Tries to follow up with the right hand over the top.
Jim Sack's corner going absolutely wild. They're loving what they're seeing, and he is putting on a great display of heart and determination. You know what they say, hard work beats talent when talent is hardly working. A fantastic round, and we're going into another. Jim Sack thinks he's already won this one. Jim Sack is winning this fight. I think it's a 70-30 at the moment, but we will see. We've got one more round, and it's you're not out until you're out. Round 5.
And there you see, opening into the battle, Sorn getting the upper hand there in the clinch, trying to take the back of James Sack in that side control, but James Sack skipping in. Beautiful work there from James Sack in the blue.
Very nicely done by both of these fighters. And Jim Sack just now walking towards his opponent. He looks a little bit fatigued. He's kept up a high pace for this entire fight. He does not want to give it up in this 5th. Sorn now just trying to find an opening, trying to find something as he sends a beautiful right hook with a left. Lands clean on Jim Sack. A fantastic combination to use against an orthodox if you're a southpaw. Start with a right hook and end with a left to the body.
Oh, nice work there to end that exchange with a knee from James Sack. Just showing a little bit more of tenacity from the man in blue. Great defense as well. Sorn looking to come back now, trying to edge his way forward on the points board.
And it looks like Sorn is really trying to bait Jim Sachs into a battle. But from what I can see, Jim Sachs is winning this fight. Sorn is the one who should be trying to shut down his opponent and do something, but he's trying to bait them in. He's trying to put the cheese on the trap and trying to get him involved. But I think Jim Sachs realizes there's no reason to engage in a warfare.
Beautiful side control lock there by James Suck. Just locking up and running down the clock like a true veteran of the sport. But only 15 years of age and moving like a veteran.
Both fighters are now holding central ring. Sorn Tanong still trying to lull Jim Sachs into his vortex and start to send some of those big right hooks to the left. But Jim Sachs is way too wise to it right now and is not moving in. Beautiful stuff by both of these fighters. Less than a minute to go of this entire fight. Let us know at home, who do you think is winning this fight?
Oh, beautiful kick for kick there from Sorn Tanong and James Suck. But as we're winding down the clock, who wants it more? Sorn Tanong leaps in with a beautiful southpaw rear kick as well. James Suck trying to bait him in for the exchanges, but locks up as the referee plies them apart.
Holding central ring, both fighters once again. The final moments of the first fight. We have still got 4 more fights to go. Jim Sachs starting to send knees into the ribcage. Just a few more for good measures, and we're about to finish this fight in just a moment.
And both fighters leaving nothing to the judges here. No dancing in this 5th round, which is nice to see. A full fight going the distance. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. A good show of sportsmanship there from both fighters. So in a moment, we'll just go to the referee for the official score as he collects the point cards from the judges.
We're going to see in just a moment here who's got it, red or blue. Let us know who you think. The final seconds. It was a close fight. I'm excited to find this one out, Joe. And of course, Jim Sachs has done it. He is another winner on the SKS Empire. What a victory for this young man here. I am excited to see more of his fights coming up soon, Joe.